I haven't slept since the baby was born, and it's fucking maddening.
Well, but you know what it is. At least and you and your wife made a choice to have a kid. You wanted one. It's not like it was a mistake. Like, and this is so. It's for you. It's like this is what you wanted.
It is what you want, but you don't really. You don't know. You think you know, but you really don't know. And everybody tells you, a million people tell you, get you sleep, but you're not really listening.
Right.
Yeah. And then once it happens, and they go, okay, goodbye, and then you're in a cab or fucking going home, and you're at your house with this, all of a sudden your life is just different, and there's no fucking changing it. It's not like when someone comes and visits, like your mom, you know she's leaving Tuesday. Right. Your life is going to suck for 4 days. But she's gone Tuesday and you're right back. It's never going back.
Right
ever.
now you have a visitor until at least 2034.
Yeah.
But your baby is went and saw them in the hospital. The baby is fucking adorable. Yeah. What a cute baby, man.
How long ago did you have the baby now?
It's a week. Sunday.
This past Sunday, right?
Yeah, this past Sunday has been a week. Her water broke Friday after I did spots at the Cellar. I just took a hot one at the new Village Underground.
Oh, you didn't do well?
Oh, man, I just took a hot one. I went up and whoever the fuck was on before me annihilated. Very clean, too. I think it was Ryan Hamilton or something.
Yeah.
Just killed.
Guys like him or Tom Papa you go on after, especially Tom Papa, and he murders clean. And then you know, that's fucking all the biddies in the audience like, well, that's what we like. He's delightful because Tom's funny, and so is Ryan. I mean, they're really funny clean guys. They're not fucking bullshit hacky clean guys. When they kill, it's like, oh, they fucking murdered clean, and it's irritating to watch.
It's like John Mulaney.
Yeah,
fucking annihilates
clean.
And then when you go up and you're like,
these are guys like even comedians, like, because comedians a lot of times hate clean comics who are totally squeaky clean. Because you're like, oh, you cunt. But these guys, Mulaney and them, they genuinely are funny guys.
They annihilate. And I just took a hot one. I took a nice hot one, and I tried to dig myself out with some improv. I went to some, hey, face. Ugh. You just see the group of women just hating me, just turning to eat their stupid chicken fingers.
Why aren't you the last guy?
Yeah, I was so miserable. I would get home, and I just was glad the day was over. Good night. And then my water broke. She was like, my water broke. And then...
Was it on time? Like, were you expecting it at that?
He came on his due date.
Wow.
And that's like 4%.
Wait, so on the day?
He came on his day.
So when you were performing, were you thinking about it?
No, because everybody said, even the doctor, that it's not going to happen on his due date. It's going to be probably a few days after, or maybe a week after. So we were like walking around, and they said walk and have sex. You're supposed to have sex too, because easy chip. Yeah, because I guess when it opens up it loosens the cervix or some shit.
Nice,
but. But yeah, the water breaking, it's not water. It's disgusting. It's the consistency of Perel hand lotion.
Okay.
It's like mucous membrane.
No, it's clear, but it's creamy. Right, Trav? Did her water didn't break?
She was induced.
She was a what?
Induced.
You might induce. We want to hear you, Travis.
Induced.
Yeah, she was like a week late, I guess.
A week late.
So they just scheduled a...
Yeah, there's it's called a mucus plug that holds all the water in, and that fucking popped.
Is that what the water breaking is? It's a plug?
It's a plug. It's a mucus. It's a white thing that holds all the water in through. And once the cervix loosens up, that pops out. And I saw a little piece of it on the floor.
It was gross.
It was disgusting because it was like, thinking you're drinking milk and it's orange juice. I thought it was going to be water. The thing is that people, they just use these words and they never explain, hey dude, it's kind of creamy.
Right. Slime.
Yeah, it's slimy.
Your slime broke.
Yeah, it's like Nickelodeon award.
Right,
like Don's ass and pussy just won a Nickelodeon award.
I mean, the movies kind of change things.
Oh, they fucking suck.
It's not water breaks, baby comes out.
No, it's not. It's water breaks. You panic, forget everything you learned. You have to fucking clean. I used every towel in the house to clean it up with my foot because I wasn't touching it.
Were you in bed when it happened?
We were in bed. Yeah, we had to throw that shit out.
The sheets and everything.
Well, yeah, because the dogs. I got dogs.
Sniffing the
Fucking-
mucus,
yeah, they
breaking
just-
the
they just
slime.
Fucking 9 weeks later, just
Throw the mattress out?
No, we didn't throw the mattress out. We're fine with that.
So wait, did you panic when she said my water broke?
Yeah, because
It's
I was
happening.
so far. I almost went no. I just had put a new episode of The Glades on my iPad. You know what I mean? And I just wanted this day to be over,
Yeah.
man. I had such a shit day.
You had your night set, not realizing that was the moment. Life, like you're not even going to get another night now.
Dude, listen, exactly. I did not
You're never going to watch
realize-
that episode of The Glades.
I did.
You did. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
a chance. Good.
Yeah, I got a flex arm mount for my iPad mini on my bed, so when I feed that little rascal.
Oh, good.
But yeah, it's just everything goes out the window, and then you're looking at this stuff, and it's on her leg, and then you start to feel like, oh, how am I going to get a cab? Like, because you feel like your self-esteem just shoots out of your asshole. I don't want the guy to get mad and,
The cabbie?
I'm going to get
because
shit all over his cab. And should I bring a towel to wipe up his cab? I feel bad. I'm like, oh, fuck this dumb asshole that wouldn't pick me up anyways.
Imagine getting in the cab after that, though,
But
and there's afterbirth on the seat
It's
in
happened.
your cab.
I guaranteed it's happened.
Of course it is.
Because it doesn't stop. Some women trickle out, but when it gushes out, it doesn't stop. It's not like it all comes out and you're done. It just keeps coming out. And she has to wear a fucking diaper, basically. They put her in the hospital. But, yeah, I mean, I had the bag ready. I had this big, the UFC bags we got?
Yeah.
I had that. That was her bag, her hospital bag. Just a big green UFC bag. And I had my bag ready to go with all my shit in it, my cords. So I know I'm going to be at the hospital for a couple of days, so I'm going to have all my shit.
You had a tech bag?
I had a tech bag. Yeah, you got your diapers. I had it all, right? And then I'm waiting for a cab, and I had them both over my neck on either side, so they were fucking cutting off the blood to my head. Because I was panicking, I didn't realize, and I was just like, Dawn, I don't feel well. And I'm like, almost fucking choked myself out. She's like, take the bag off your neck, dummy. I took the bag off.
Oh, poor Dawn. She's got stuff leaking down her leg. A baby's about to fall out, and her husband's having a fucking panic attack.
Who was more panicky?
Oh, me. She was literally going, B, don't panic. Don't panic, kid. So, yeah, we got to the hospital, and you kind of...
And the hospital's close to your house, right? It was a few blocks.
Yeah, it's Roosevelt. It's right up the street. We get up there. Nobody's there, and you think, you really think everybody's going to be a cunt once you get in there because it's a bunch of, it's the middle of the night, and, a bunch of old black ladies just like, like they've been doing this a million times, but they're actually the nicest people in the world.
You really did have low self-esteem. You thought the cabbie was going to be mad at you. You thought the nurse was going to be upset that you bothered to come in and have a child.
This is the one thing you've done right. You should be happy about this.
You get so scared that someone's going to treat her fucked up, or someone's going to fuck with us at this moment.
You feel vulnerable.
You almost want to just go to a private hospital, private car, but it's New York, so I got to do all this shit, and you get very vulnerable. And then you get up there, and the doctor comes in. I got to page the doctor, and I'm like, sorry for waking you. That's what she does. I mean, she's on call,
Yeah.
But I'm like,
It's not like she's at home and you woke her up and...
You got to look at the stuff. She's like, is there any color in it? Does it have a smell? You really got to man up at that point and be like, no. And then we get up there, and they really go inside your wife's vagina like it's fucking...
That's where the baby comes out.
Yeah, but they go inside in such an invasive way. They don't... There's no... hang on, look at it easy.
Yeah.
They just go fucking...
Yeah, open it up and
And you're not even a centimeter, and then they pull it out and just blood on their hand. And you're like, what? And your wife's like, ow, ow, ow. Like she's banging fucking charade. So, and then they sent us home. Because she had no contractions. She had contractions, but they were very small. She had no pain, so they were like, you know what, go home till 2:30 unless anything
What
happens.
time was this?
This was that was 2:30 at night. So we probably left around 5
In the morning?
in the morning. We just got into a cab, went home, went to bed, woke up at 12. showered, got everything together again,
okay.
and went back in at 2:30 in the afternoon. She still wasn't having pain. And then they had to put this thing up there called the Cervidel, which is like it's like a ribbon that they wrap around a thing, and they put it up near her cervix, and they induced her, right? What did you have?
We had a daughter.
No, no. What did you? She did the same thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, but hers was scheduled. Like we knew.
Right, they were just going to do it.
Yeah, we were like, okay, Saturday 1 o'clock, let's go have a baby.
Right, that's basically what they did too.
Yeah.
I mean, they said 2:30, and then if you're not doing this, we're going to do this, and if that doesn't happen,
Yeah,
we're
and
doing
then if you know they try to make the contractions happen.
yeah, and then that stuff once it worked, but labor pains it was so fucking sad to watch. It was like watching somebody murder your wife.
Yeah, you're completely helpless. Like, you can't do anything to make her feel better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're rubbing her back. She's squeezing your hand. I lost my self-esteem in the middle of the labor, and the nurse actually picked it up off the ground. Literally, she was like, baby. She looked at me crying like I've never seen Dawn in such pain, and went, I don't know if I can do this, baby. And I was like, I didn't know what to say. And the nurse went, Dawn, look at me. Look at me. Breathe. I want you to breathe. Give me a breath. And I was just like, breathe. Just breathe. Yeah, breathe, Dawn. And then I slowly got my self-esteem back and like, all right, I get how this fucking works.
Yeah, when you get a good nurse, like we had a good nurse too, they're fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, they are incredible at what they do.
Yeah, they tried to switch up a nurse in the middle. The girl that was helping us, they were like, all right, you have to go down here because she was a traveling. And Dawn was like, no. Some like fucking just asshole older lady comes in, kind of like didn't want to do it. Like, yeah, you gotta go.
book.
You gotta go. They want you downstairs. I'll take over. Dawn, thank God she has self-esteem. She was like, can I please not do this? Like in labor, she's like, I want her to stay. I don't want you. She just said that to her face.
Really?
Yeah, and the lady was like, okay. And then, but here's how fucked up it is. They put her in labor, then they give her the fucking epidural, which if you don't get an epidural and you give natural birth, there's something wrong with you, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
A lot of women do that, right?
Yeah, it's because it's 2013 and we've made shit better.
No, I mean, a lot of them just give a natural birth, like they try to.
Yeah.
I think like some women like take pride in like, I wasn't drugged, I had it all natural.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women try to and intend to,
Yeah.
but then once they get there, they're like, oh, no.
Oh yeah. It's I want to do it the way they did it in Game of Thrones.
It's like, why though? It's so silly.
It's stupid.
Yeah, like, I have a giant needle that can make you feel really good. Why don't you just take it?
Yeah, his baby's still coming out.
Yeah, they just want to do it the way they did it for thousands of years.
They want to do it just so they could say, I had it natural.
Yeah, they want to be better than, and yeah, well, go do it in the fucking park then, asshole. Do it the real way.
Exactly.
Go give dirt babies.
Yeah, stand up like they do in Africa. Fucking drop it into someone's hands, tough guy.
Yeah, exactly. So, this guy comes in, and she's in so much fucking pain. It's like, holy shit, you don't know what to do. Then this guy comes in finally. She's shaking, and they're putting a needle in your chick's spinal cord. And I went to look, and the doctor actually went, no. You can't do that. I've seen many husbands pass out by looking at what that.
Does it really hurt the needle, or there's such other pain?
No, because it's huge, dude. Oh. It's fucking huge. But they numb the whole area first, so she feels it, but it's pressure. It's not like someone just stabbed me in the spine. But as soon as that happens, it's okay. Everything becomes okay again.
Did it take?
What doesn't take sometimes?
No, Lisa, it only took half her body. Like, she could still feel.
Oh god.
And they can't do it again, right?
No.
Why?
It's too much.
I think it's too much. Yeah.
Oh my god! So half her body was fucking hurting. and the
Yeah,
other half was...
she didn't get the whole thing.
Oh my god, dude! I know it. They keep like, checking on that. They're like, where do you feel this? You should feel it on the left. You should feel this on the right. And but it's weird because it's not he doesn't come in and go. Floom. It takes a long time for them to get it exactly right. So that's crazy that she felt half of it. Holy shit.
You mean like her left side of
Yeah,
her
I think
body,
so.
like her left leg and left arm were fine?
Yeah, like
and,
she could tell that it wasn't working like it should be working.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's scary too.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, oh, here's a carrot. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just
Should have had
kidding.
like a Tylenol or something, right, Trev?
Yeah, Chip. That's how it works.
No.
Yeah, I know a girl, my wife's friend, they actually gave her too much, and she couldn't feel her legs for like a week. She had to stay in the hospital. She was basically paralyzed for a week.
Did they hit the wrong spot, or was it just too much drug? They probably hit the wrong spot.
They fucked up.
It's probably another reason why some people like natural childbirths to try. I mean, it's still shoving a needle into your spine is still a risky thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fucking crazy risky. And I had the shadower. You know when you're at fucking Applebee's and the real waiter comes over and he has some other fucking nervous Nelly with only one fucking flare on his suspenders? I had that guy come in. And then he does it. Now, your wife's literally fucking losing her mind for hours, like maybe a couple hours. She's in the worst pain she's ever felt. She, her tits hanging out, her box is hanging out. And her box looks like Rocky's mouth in Rocky 3. Because doctors have just been sticking arms up it for fucking hours. And this doctor comes in, dude, kind of good looking dude, whatever. He's got some fucking, Lance Armstrong bracelets on, so he does some type of workout regimen. And then he's leaving. He looks at me. He goes, "Hey, Comedy Cellar." I was like, "Oh Jesus, yeah. Fuck me. Yeah, I'll give you free tickets if you don't tell people that you saw my wife's box on Facebook,
and don't fucking snap iPhone shots of it."
Yeah. And then after that happens, she goes to bed, and then the doctors just keep. Then you're in this chair, and you cranks back, and you go to sleep, and you're fucking on your iPad, and then you keep coming in and checking her cervix. They keep coming in. You don't want to look at that shit, too. They have pretty much like a diaper under her? The bed is like a big diaper, and they just keep ripping it off and throwing a new one on. Why?
Because she's leaking?
Well, yeah, they go inside of her, and there's shit, there's stuff coming out of her.
Yeah, and once you have the epidural, like, you can't move. Like, she's got to go to the bathroom right there, Like, you can't get out of that bed.
Yeah.
She got a shit in the bed?
Yeah.
Does she stink?
If she has to.
Do you smell it, or do you not even realize it's happening?
No, she didn't. My wife didn't shit. Thank fucking
thank
God.
God. That would bother you?
Dude, if I saw my wife shit, I don't know if I don't know if we'd come home from that. I get fucked up when there's a little fucking stain on the toilet that she doesn't fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's not my shit nugget. It's like she took like just a dark, dehydrated shit, and there's a little tiny spot in the toilet. I'm like, clean that the fuck up.
You don't like? Would you be grossed out if you came in and there was all spray on the back and you lifted the toilet seat and it was one of those?
Yeah, if Dawn, I didn't look at any of that. I just occasionally looked. But then they keep coming back in, and then was it 3 a.m? She comes in. She goes, she checks. You're 10 centimeters. This is happening. Lights go on.
So that's like about 12 hours after you got there.
Yeah.
The second time.
The second time. And then she goes, all right, let's do a test push. And she goes, all right, you grab this leg. And I had to grab her other leg. And she has to I have to hold the back of her head. And she kind of curls her body around the baby. And Dawn, I don't know if she's just a tough broad from Boston, but she goes, all right, just push, for 10. She goes, 1, 2. Oh, the doctor's like, I feel the head. I feel it's coming. And she just panicked. She's like, because she didn't think it was happening that quick. And fucking, 20 minutes later, the baby's on her chest. You want to see?
I saw the video, yeah.
It's. Here's the thing, though. You think you're going to be. I did tear up. She teared up. You tear up, but you're in shock. It's not. You want it to be like the movies, like we made the baby.
Yeah.
We did the baby. Like you're connected to it 100%, but you're not, because a human being just came out of your wife's vagina, and it kind of looks like you too. And you're like, what the you're in shock. Even Dawn was in shock. You can see in that video, she's like, oh my God. She's trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. And this thing is going, and it's like, wow.
So your first thought when the baby pops up is like, oh my,
you don't have a thought.
Yeah.
You're trying to connect. You're trying to have that moment. At least I was trying to I feel like a serial killer who fell in love. You know what I mean? But couldn't connect.
You knew what the feelings were, but you couldn't find them or feel them.
Yeah. You knew I knew the feelings I was supposed to have, but it was so oh my God, overwhelming that I couldn't get on. And then all of a sudden you do connect. It's like oh my God, there it is. And you feel it. And then you start to cry. And then it just cuts off because somebody does something or says something. And I cut the cord too, which wasn't even that bad. People made it. It's like calamari. It's fucking, if you don't look at an umbilical cord that's connected to the baby and then coming out of your wife's vagina, if you don't see the two ends, and you just see that part, it's fuck it.
So wait, now
let's have some squid.
You pick the baby up, they wipe it off. When did they wipe it off?
I didn't pick it up.
No, but when
they don't wipe it off. They leave a lot of that. The white stuff is like cream. It's actually good for the baby. It's like it's the best like skin cream ever, apparently. But they leave it on the baby, and you just.
Did you kiss the baby with it on there?
No, not me. I'd throw up on the baby's fucking head. Fucking get a blood nugget on my fucking. I'd accidentally fucking snort in. It'd go in like spaghetti in my nose and come out the back of my throat.
Don't they wipe his face off with a little something?
No, they do wipe it off, and they clean his mouth, and and it's they're so fucking. It looks like they're being rough with the kid, but they know exactly how rough you can be with a newborn to not break it.
Yeah.
But they just fucking grab it, suck all the stuff out of its mouth. It's crying.
What do they use, a suction thing to pull the gunk
cold.
out?
You feel bad because he's just shaking.
Yeah.
Because he was in a warm, womb for 9 months, and now he's just out in an AC, fucking shitty New York hospital, fucking just shaking on some nervous chick's tit.
Yeah, it really is a tremendous reality switch. The first time you see everyone.
It's fucking nuts, man.
Did they spank him or no? Like, they smack him to make him breathe?
No, they don't do that. No, he's breathing. He comes out. I looked down at one point. She didn't want me looking too, but at one point when she said the head's out, I looked and I saw it was. My kid's got a lot of hair too.
Yeah.
I saw his head and it was kind of smushed. Like, I didn't know this. A woman's tailbone and I think the front, I don't know, Trev, maybe you can help me out. They unhinge. Like a woman's, they unhook.
Like a snake mouth?
No, something like that. Like something happens to a woman's body where the bones kind of unhinge and the baby's head, that's why it has the soft spot, it kind of smushes to come out and the doctor turns it in a certain way. So, it's fucking crazy how this shit just works. And the baby comes out and I saw the little smushed head coming out of vagina, but the perspective was from the top, so it wasn't direct on looking at a pussy and an asshole with a head coming out of it.
Yeah.
It just saw a head coming out of, it was crazy.
I'm shocked that someone like you who gets so grossed out so easily would even think about looking.
I couldn't help it. She said, the head is out. And I just went, oh my God, I have to see this. And I looked.
Instinct.
It was just instinct. And I looked, and there was no blood. There was no nothing at that angle. That's what I mean. Like if I was looking straight on, and I saw the puddle of guck under it, and just fucking dragon snort coming out of my wife's pussy, I would have thrown up. But it was just that angle. And then they put it on your wife, and she's crying, and you could see it hit her. You can see her break down, like it's her start to connect to this kid. And then all of a sudden she's holding this kid and it's quiet and it's just looking up at it and you're like, holy fuck. And you're just a bystander at that. You're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they clean him off a little bit and then they do all this shit. They just do shit to him right away.
Do they suck? They use a suction thing to pull stuff out of his nose and mouth?
A nose and mouth, yeah. Yeah, so he's been in water for 9 months.
How long after he was like out till you held him?
Minutes.
Oh, right after.
Yeah, minutes. I cut the cord, and then they do a little surgery on the cord, which is fucking disgusting. When it comes back, it just looks like a hole in your baby's belly. And then he's got that big belly button, it's on it. It's just an outie. It looks like like a prisoner's belly button.
Yeah.
And then you held them. They wrap them. They swaddle them. And that's when you all of a sudden, that's from that moment that you start learning.
What's swaddling mean?
Swaddling means I want to do it to you. That's the way you should be tucked in every night, just swaddled.
Does that mean when they wrap them tight?
It's a certain way of wrapping the baby that he feels like he's in the womb again. It helps them chill the fuck out because he's tight. His arms are tight. It protects him from his own arms, and it also, when they sleep, a lot of babies die. Not a lot. SIDS, you know.
Yeah.
They die because they roll over, or their face gets in a blanket, and they just fucking die. So you have to keep them kind of tight against themselves so they don't roll over and fucking mush their face and mouth into a
And they don't know how to
blanket.
turn over at that age, right?
No, but they just kick and move, and like if you watch my kitty, you know, when he's waking up, he's just kicking and moving.
Little nails.
Yeah, he's got fucking Edgar nails. I made her file them down immediately. And then they take you, and they take you over to your room, and it's just you, her, and the baby, and you're sitting in this room with this fucking baby.
Did you get a private room?
You know, we were gonna, and I told her, I go, look, we'll get the private room. It's $1,000 a night, cash.
Yeah.
I mean, cash.
It's not covered.
It's not covered,
yeah.
And you can't, like, bill me later. Like, they
Nope.
want the money straight up.
You have to, as soon as you have the baby, the doctor goes, okay, you know, a little bit after goes, okay, we can send you down now to get a private room if you want to go. You have to sign up for it. And if it's available,
yeah, they've only got a couple.
they only got a couple. And if it's available and you have the money, you do it. And I told Dawn, I go, why don't we just do that? She goes, I don't want it. I don't want the private room. It's fucking a waste of money. I think it's bullshit how much money it is. Certain hospitals like $5 which is kind of reasonable.
Yeah, $500, bro.
$1,000 a night. It's like, what is there a fucking? Am I getting a hand job? You know?
Yeah, it's like fucking Jesus.
Why interject that?
But she goes. Plus, when I get to stay over all night in a private room, and she was like, I think I need you to go home, get sleep, walk the dogs. And they take the baby at night in the nursery when you're in a regular room. They'll take the baby. They would do it in the private room too, but they take the baby and they give her a rest too. So, and if you have a baby and you can afford a private room, I would never not get it again. I would never do a shared room again. It was a fucking pain in the ass. The lady on this side had the control of the heat. And it was hot as fuck because she was from fucking some hot country. And I'm dying.
I told you to get a private room.
I know, and she didn't want it.
Best money I ever spent.
She didn't fucking want it. And I told her too. I had the money. I saved this is the money for the private room.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't want it.
Once we found out that we could get the private room for X amount, I don't think it was $1,000 because we were out in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But yeah, best money I ever.
How many nights do you have to stay? 1 night, 2 nights?
2 nights. We were going to stay 1 because Dawn was actually doing great, but then I went home. And I got a call the next day, and she had a breakdown. That's when you guys called me. It was Monday. She had the baby Sunday. We spent Sunday night, Monday. You guys called me, and I was on hold, and I just hung up because I got a phone call from her. She was fucking losing her mind. She had a crazy night where it was stupid. I wasn't there, and she had to go out into the nurses. She walked out into the lobby and just had a breakdown, like crying, like I don't know what to do. Like the baby's crying and I'm trying to feed, and cause she didn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
It's like a day in and she's by herself, and I felt terrible. And I just ran up there, but this is what's great. All these nurses surrounded her and hugged her, and they were fucking on her.
Yeah.
They taught her everything and kind of gave her shit back, like her self-esteem, like you're going to do this. And they taught her breastfeeding and and they just, there's 3 things. The kid cries. You know, I see people like, oh, come on. Oh, it's okay. No, asshole. He doesn't know English, shit dick. He's not trying to get attention. You know, so you give him, fucking, say nice things to him. He shit his pants. He pissed. He's hungry, or he needs to be burped. That's pretty much it.
Do you burp him?
Yeah, you get to burp. You
Does it
feed
work?
him. You
Does he
feed
burp
him.
when you-
Absolutely. You feed him. You burp him, and you change him. That's all you do to a kid. And as soon as you do, then you get fucked up because you'll feed him and he's crying, and then you'll try to burp him and it doesn't work, and then you look and he pissed his pants. So it's like, fuck. But it's like 20 minutes went by and you're trying to burp him. It's like, this isn't working. And then you look. You just got to remember those 3 things. And then you go, well, I always say it to Dawn, like, did he piss? Oh, yeah.
Do they cry? Like, it's weird. Babies cry when they piss or shit. Like,
yeah.
What a weird instinct that is. Like, they don't know, even at that age, they don't want to sit in their own waste. There's something about that. Like, why would a kid cry when
it's acidic? It hurts their skin.
Is that what it's Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
It burns. Yeah. And plus, my kid had a circumcision because he's a fucking human. And, his dick is fucking exposed. So when he pisses, I mean, you gotta, this is the fucked up thing, is you go right from this world that you live in to rubbing Vaseline on a little tiny asshole and kid nuts, which are fucking adorable, by the way. The best nuts ever. This little fucking look like little tiny fucking.
Will you think of
peaches.
something? Okay. It's fucking enraging watching you try to think of 2 cute small things. They look like, dude, it's like, how many things are you rifling through? Cadillac tires? No. They look like small rings of Saturn? No.
I didn't want to be.
It was fucking enraging.
You actually said what my fucking head was saying to myself. But yeah, it's fucking nuts. You have to. You have to put Vaseline on the fucking balls and then on the dick and push the dick down. And I've been pissed on already, which is not, because you don't even see it coming. You're like, you peed. And then, it's pretty much like dating you.
Yeah.
Having a baby. There's just shit. And you're getting pissed on and you're crying. And then you're feeding them and then you're happy.
And you're not sleeping properly. Exactly.
Yeah, it's nuts. But, it's, you kind of see Dawn fall in love with the kid. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, they're like, what the fuck? They have this relationship with the baby it was in them, inside of their belly. And women, I think they love that. They love that 9 months of in the belly. And when it comes out, they're almost sad. Like, fuck. Like, that's gone. Like that, rubbing your belly and, hey, and he's here, and, people touching you and giving you all these accolades and treating you differently, and, and that's gone. Now all of a sudden it's in your hand, and it takes them a couple days, but you see them all of a sudden just fall in love with the kid, and they just, Dawn, I gotta stop staring at the fuck. Go to bed. We do shifts. Like, I'm gonna do the first shifts because I had to wake up this morning, so I'm going to take care of it. So go to bed, get some sleep. And I just see her staring at the kids. Like, stop. I get it. But you can watching a baby, you just go into a fucking trance.
Really?
Because you're like, what the fuck are you thinking? It's like they're just moving in their eyes. You see them, all of a sudden they smile. And you're like, was that a smile? Do you know what I mean? Like, did he just think of something funny that he doesn't know? It's weird. You know what I mean? Like the faces and the hands and... Yeah, it's kind of mesmerizing after a while, and but then all of a sudden you just fall into it. It's almost like being in the military, because now all of a sudden, like, me and Travis have this fucking thing in common that we can talk about, and like, dude, what about and what about like we were texting the other day about breastfeeding, and it's like not even like a stupid thing, and he was telling me just go to formula, and I was like, oh, thank God, Breastfeeding's a nightmare too. My wife's tits are food now for my kid. My wife's tits, like, is like saving me money. It's like Groupons.
That's funny.
It's just fucking weird, dude. It's And now it's a wrap. Like, I fucking went to bed at 10 last night.
Oh, you did?
Well, not to bed, but you go downstairs because you got to teach the kid that it's nighttime. Go the fuck, because if you don't do that shit, he'll be up with me and Dawn at 3 a.m. just fucking up, and then he'll sleep all day, and when you want to go to bed, he'll just be fucking up. So there's all the shit you have to learn. It's a constant learning curve of how to, and you can't neglect it. You cannot not get up. When the baby cries, there's no...
Right, fucking
Yeah,
later.
I'll let Kelby shit in the house sometimes. I'll just fucking wait till it hardens. I'll pick it up. Fucking... Fuck it. You know, like, we've been out late, you know, like, we gotta go home. And, you know, it's like, fuck it, they're probably gonna... Davey's gonna piss in the house. You know how you pick it up. It's a fucking... You can't do that with a kid.
Right.
You have to be there. You have to take care of it. You know, and it's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy.
You want to take a break and eat something real quick at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, let's get some fucking titty milk.
Yeah, you want to knock out some live reads this break?
Oh, I'll do one and then and I want to eat.
Okay.
It is a very cute bear. It's really fucking interesting, man.
Yeah, you're good with a baby too.
Yeah, the kids and animals tend to like me. I'm like, hey, what's up? And the kid's like, ah.
Oh, your chip. He sent this, first of all, though. His chip that he sent was right when Dawn went into labor. And it was the only time she laughed. Like, she just started fucking. Can I play it real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Thank God you sent. It made me like Chip, actually. But it made her.
Yeah, I just cheer everybody up. That's what I do.
You
do what you do.
Hilarious.
I do what I do.
You should just go to hospitals and help all these pregnant women.
I just make videos. I'm like, hey, look, this is Chip. The baby's coming soon. You know, what are you going to do, right?
I wish you were in a hospital.
Fuck you.
Here it is, ready.
This hunk of garbage.
This is the one, right? I think this is it.
What's up? Got a brand new deck of cards.
That's not it.
Someone's trying to steal my magic tricks. Piece of shit.
I hate that fucking one. Here it is, right here.
Hi, Dawn. It's Chipper. I just wanted to tell you congratulations that you're having your baby, and I just wanted to say you gotta fucking relax. Just fucking relax. Don't fucking panic. Just push. She's having a fucking baby.
See? Someone thought I was a doctor. I'm like,
You'd be
no.
a great midwife.
I showed the nurse that video. I couldn't, if I could just fucking videotape her confused face.
Yeah. What is this guy doing?
She was like, is he okay? I was like, yeah, that's Chippa.
Yeah, this is a tart friend. All right, we're hanging with Bob here, and we don't know how long we're going to go. We're not going to do a full show. Opie had planned to take the day off, and Anthony was arrested in some kind of a weird computer hard drive thing, so we'll see him when we see him.